Hello and welcome to Game for Gold and what's been a good day for India as far as the courts are concerned. Well, joining us on the show is of course former Indian tennis player Shikha Uberoi. Shikha, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And Nalin Mehta of course is here as well, social historian. He's going to have a lot to talk about the day's events. We're also going to be joined by Prakash Padukone all the way from Bangalore, who of course saw a tremendous performance by Saina Nehwal. Well, first though, let's tell you what happened from the tennis courts. Now, there's finally some good news from the Indian tennis contingent at London 2012 with Sania Mirza and Leander Paes advancing to the mixed doubles quarter-finals at Wimbledon. Now, Sania and Paes were up against the Serbian duo of Ana Ivanovic and Nenad Zimonjic. The Indian duo comfortably won the first set 6-2 in just 26 minutes. The second set was tougher, but the Indians wrapped it up 6-4 in 38 minutes to advance to the last 8 stage. The Indian duo will now face top seeds Victoria Azarenka and Max Mirny in the quarterfinals. Well, Shikha, there was disappointment with Paes, Vishnuvardhan crashing out, Mahesh and Rohan also not making it, but a very good start by Leander and Sania.
Huge start. I mean, you can see the fire in the belly here of Leander, the way he's all over the net. I mean, look at him today, just being there and just doing his thing, totally dominating the team over there from Serbia. Ana, the little Ana Jana moving her around really worked, you know. I think Sania is clearly a better doubles player than Ana. And of course, Lee knew Nina and Zimonic's game style as they've played together in the past, and they just took it to them. They won handedly. It was an easy victory in my opinion today.
Nalin, do you think they have a point to prove? Leander Paes especially, he didn't get his choice of partners. He didn't get Mahesh Bhupati or Rohan Bopanna, and then he got Sania Mirza, who of course would have wanted to pair up Mahesh Bhupati. Do you think he's pumped up and he wants to make this count?
Absolutely. When it's playing for India, this is the Leander Paes. We know this is the Leander Paes that India fell in love with 15 years ago. And I think he's got a point to prove. He also knows this may well be his last chance at Olympic glory. So he is really pumped up. And Sania, I think, gave him pretty good support with those sort of long shots along the line.
Yes, she did. Sania is a very good anchor in the back with her heavy, really quick forehands and backhands. She had some great returns, taking even Ninan's serves and just ripping winners down the line, which is very impressive. I think they make a very good pair. They've won in the past and they were able to push all this controversy aside, be the mature people that they are and move on from it.
And from the beginning, and correct me if I'm wrong, Shikha, it was always a mixed doubles team that always was a real contender from the tennis contingent from India.
You're absolutely correct. I really felt that way myself. Lee is a phenomenal doubles player, as is Sania. She's a Grand Slam champion and Lee is so experienced, and they took it to this team today.
Up next is Victoria Azarenka, Max Mirny, the top seeds. What's going to happen there?
I knew you were coming with me on that, and yes, you're right. It is more formidable. They are a more formidable pair, rather. Tomorrow is going to be a tough day. Look, Max Mirny is ranked #1 in the world for a reason. Victoria Azarenka, she is a Grand Slam champion as well in mixed doubles too. They are both experienced. Vika is #1 in the world in singles, so she knows what she's doing and she's got a lot of firepower. They have to play very clean tomorrow, no loose points, no unforced errors. Sania's got to serve well, she's got to hold every single service game, and if Lee is all over the net, magic can happen tomorrow. Sir, I have a question for you. Now, I'm framing this question based on Saina's draw here. In my opinion, she has absolutely nothing to lose, and she should just go in guns blazing, regardless, win or lose. She's made it, this far. She'll have a shot at a medal for her third and fourth. What is the strategy for tomorrow? Is she going to play super aggressive, or is she going to play a little guarded? What's the deal? Because this Chinese girl has a ton of pressure. She's the one who really has to defend. Saina has absolutely nothing to lose tomorrow.
You're absolutely right, Shikha. I think the Chinese player Wang is the faster of the two, so she should try to slow down the opponent to a little to some extent and not play at the same pace, because Saina's got a fairly deceptive game. She's very fit. I think physically and technically she can match the Chinese. If she can slow her down a bit and make her play at Saina's pace, then I think she stands a very good chance. And like you rightly pointed out, she'll be under pressure, and if she can just keep up with her till about 15 or 16, she could crack. So I think a lot would depend on Saina's own self-belief. I think this will be a match of who's mentally strong.
Yeah, you've been someone who's played at the top level. This is not something that you expect sports person. There are fans out there who rightfully were booing the players because they are paying money to watch them play their best, not to see them performing deliberately under their requisite skills.
I'm sure everybody's thinking right now, what is going on in a player's mind? That the fans are booing, you're getting black carded, it's so obvious you're tampering with the result of this match. How on earth are you possibly going through this? And then giving the signal, like you were saying, that it's okay for other teams to do it. You know, I want to get onto the point on how much athletes are controlled by their management, by their coaches, and that freedom of expression and thought is so nipped in the bud straight away. But ultimately, the players are going to have this black mark on them for the rest of their careers and lives. Imagine, you know, the tragedy of this. You know, now this makes me question every other team that's playing in this. And thank God that the IOC just got in there and nipped this whole thing in the bud, or else, you know, every team is going to be under question here.
Let's get in our experts here. Shikha, obviously all that's happened going into this Olympic selection row is finally seen India not deliver on court as well.
It's a shame. You know, Mahesh and Ro basically sacrificed their partners through the year so they could practice and play with each other, and are very, very confident to the point of raising such a controversy and such a, you know, dramatic affair here before the Olympics. And then to go down, you know, being seeded 7 and a big medal hope, to go down 4 and 3, it's a shame. It really is. Look, to be honest, in my opinion, if Lee and Heish can get over their differences in Saga, I mean, we'd be medaling every year, and I can say that with a lot of confidence. I'm sitting here in a very pivotal position. I'm sitting here now in a newsroom, and I'm also an athlete. And what I can convey is exactly what you're asking. You know, it's a two-way street. We need the help of the media, and we also need to deliver the results. I get that. But I cannot tell you the number of athletes who have quit and who have stopped simply because of the lack of support that they felt from the nation, from the communities, or even from sponsors. And it does take the media to get behind all athletes. Just a little blurb, you know, in newspaper, in print, saying, here's such and such under 16 champ coming up on her way. Let's keep an eye on her. You know, it also makes Honorable Sports Minister aware of who's coming up, who's not, where our weaknesses are. It's the role on both parts.
Okay. Shikha, your thoughts from the inside and the outside?
Yes.
And for this, we need the support of the government, we need the support of fans of sport.
We are at a very pivotal moment right now. We have doubled our...
We need the support of the corporate sector. I think every individual, the media, for example, it has to be a joint effort.
Yeah. We've doubled our medal tally, and Honorable Minister here is starting a new chapter altogether in the name of Sport for India. This is such a crucial time. In addition to the entire culture changing, you know, towards looking at sport in a positive light, looking at it as a means, you know, as social upward mobility, we have to look at the fact that we're India, we're not China. Congratulations, China's done wonderful, but let's keep it relative. Let's work within our system. I don't think we're going to have more medals unless we reach out and around and down. And this has to be nurtured from the very beginning, from yesterday. The youngsters that are coming up, the talent that we have all over this kaleidoscope of a nation that we have must be addressed, must be really looked after. I mean, Mr. Malkan, you've talked about a sports science academy in the Northeast. We need 10 more of those with the best. We need to create athletes. Then we can count medals.